Kiyan Chronicles, where we explore the journeys of inspiring entrepreneurs and innovative leaders. I'm your host, Kiyan Popley, and today we have an exciting guest who is shaking up the frozen desert market with a refreshing twist. Join me in welcoming Ravi Kabra, founder of Skippi Ice Pops. Launched in 2021, Skippi has quickly become a household name in India and the Middle East, known for its vibrant, delicious ice pops made with 100% natural ingredients. Why did you choose the brand name Skippi?
So it's really funny how the name actually came up, right? All my cousins were sitting across the table, and one fine night we wanted to come up with a name. So we tried to brainstorm a lot of things. And since I was living in Australia, I thought of trying to do something unique, right? So one of my cousins said, "Why don't we name it as Skippi?" And Skippi in Australia means kangaroo, because kangaroo has the habit of skipping a step and jumping forward, right? So if you go to Australia and ask them what is a kangaroo, they would never answer you that way. They would say, "I was seen a Skippi, I know what is a Skippi," and stuff like that. So that's how the name Skippi came in, because Skippi meant kangaroos. Skippi related with Australia, which is known for quality, and kangaroos was one of the favorite animals for kids, right? I'm sure you'll agree with me.
Yeah.
So that's how Skippi came in, and initially we said had different alphabets for its SKIPEE. Then we refined it, and then it became Skippi. And surprisingly, a lot of people love it. You know that.
That's really interesting. Can you share a bit about your background and what led you to start Skippi Ice Pops?
Well, my background has been I've been almost like 19, 20 years in the F&B space. Worked with my father in his family business, manufacturing of biscuits and exports out of India. 6, 7 years, I decided to go to Australia and work for brands like Krispy Kreme Donuts, George Weston Foods, Kuninagal, which was the world's largest freight forwarding company. So all in all, me and Anuja, who's also the co-founder and my wife, both of us were working in Australia for multiple confectionery F&B brands. And I was always excited to do something unique, something which had a kick in it, which would make me feel something more accomplished and more satisfied. So was looking out for a lot of ideas here and there, and suddenly came across the idea of ice popsicles.
Wow, I hadn't thought of it that way before. What was the moment for you when you decided to enter the ice pop market?
So it was pretty exciting, you know. I was sitting there on my couch in Sydney at my home, and my sister had come down to live with us along with her kids during
Great,
Indian
great.
Indian summers. And typically May and June in Australia is pretty cold. So while going back, she started to pack few ice popsicles in her suitcase, and I was sitting there just like this. And I was wondering, why did she even have to pack the ice popsicle? So I said, "Didi, why are you even taking this? I'm sure there are a lot of ice popsicle brands in India." She turned around and looked at me and said, "There is not a single brand of ice pops that I can trust." And that was the aha moment for me. I realized that, oh my God, such a large, huge country with such a hot and humid temperature, how come we don't have an ice pops brand? That's where I decided to get into this.
I love that perspective. What inspired you to start Skippi Ice Pops?
I think the entire fact was, like I was mentioning, something exciting is what I was looking for. And I really understood the fact that everyone had so much of nostalgia, so much of connection and excitement towards this category, but there was absolutely no brands which was actually doing something phenomenal in the space. So I think that is the only reason where I thought that there will be a great amount of people who would love this kind of a product. And so I said, let's jump into it. I know there was a bit of risk, because a lot of people ask me, why are you doing it? Because there's nobody who's doing it, so there could be something wrong with it. But I said, let me take a chance. And so here it is.
That's definitely something worth exploring further. How did the concept of creating healthier ice pops come about?
So, see, Kian, while I was living abroad, I realized that India had moved on the way the consumption really happened. People had moved towards organic, natural, healthier supplements and stuff like that. So it was a time where any product which had to do really wonderful in India had to be something which has a value creation for the consumers.
Right.
So we decided to go for 100% natural ingredients for the ice popsicle. Because from my school days, I still remember my mother telling me not to have those ice Pepsis, because either they were made from dirty water or they had synthetic colors and flavors which was harmful for your health. So I was very certain that in case if we come across a popsicle brand, it had to be guilt free. And Anuja and I both are, parents of two kids. We have a clear motto that if we cannot serve it to our kids, we will not serve it to our customers. And that motto of quality still exists in the culture of Skippi. Now, just to let you know, every ingredient that goes in, like for example, orange color, which probably you love the most, the color comes directly from an extraction from fruits and vegetables. Like orange is extracted from curcumin, which is nothing but turmeric. And a lot of people ask me, how come bubblegum is natural? Bubblegum is a combination of banana, strawberry, and other fruits. That's how natural it is. So that's the reason why I think people love the brand, because
Right.
they trust the quality that we offer them.
Thanks for sharing that. How did your appearance on Shark Tank change the trajectory on your business?
I think, see, Shark Tank gave us a great platform to be onto, and it's a dream platform for every startup. I think what we were about 4 to 5 months in business when we started Skippy, and then we were on Shark Tank. And being on a national television gives the brand a massive boost, and especially a brand which is so nostalgic, which is so easy to pick up, and everybody wants to have it. We saw a tremendous push after we were on national television, right? So what really happened is, I think the next day we got about 1,800 calls, people asking us for distribution ship, people asking to want buying,
Right.
where they could buy Skippy. Our website crashed because more than 5 lakh hit happened onto the website, and we were not able to get it revived. A lot of people were asking us to display, dispatch the orders immediately, and it was a chaotic moment. And what, we were a small team of just 14, 15 people in the office
Right,
back then.
right.
So now, really, what happened is we had to scale up so fast to meet the demand. And I think the trajectory after Shark Tank happened phenomenal, at least in our case, because a brand which was absolutely not known to anybody became a national brand overnight. And today, I would say, pretty proud to say that what Xerox happened to photocopy, Skippy has happened to ice popsicles, right? Now, people never say, did you have an ice popsicle? People are asking, did you have a Skippy? And that's super exciting for us. And I think that a big portion of it the credit goes to, Shark Tank India.
Right.
And absolutely, I would say every startup should be on Shark Tank India.
Great insights.
Awesome.
What feedback have you received from customers and how has it influenced your product offerings?
So see, surprisingly, people have always come forward and had a very open discussion with us, which usually doesn't happen with a lot of D2C brands. But in our case, because the brand was so connected with them emotionally, nostalgically, people came up to tell us that how confident they were in terms of having Skippy, and how much thankful they were, because they were appreciating the fact that they missed this product all the while, and we coming up with a brand, giving them a confidence that this is a product which they would love to have.
Right.
And they've been enjoying it with their family thoroughly ever since we launched Skippy. So the customers have been super excited. And when I use the word excited, we could understand very clearly that our brand has been positioned perfectly with 4 keywords. We use excitement,
Right.
nostalgia, impulse, and fun.
Great.
Any product which falls in either of these keywords, they are a perfect fit for our brands. So we started to develop our product portfolio of products which will fall in either of these keywords. Like we launched the corn sticks, right? Did you ever get a chance to try that?
Yeah.
What's your favorite flavor there?
The magic masala.
Magic masala, right? So with magic masala and any other flavors that we bring in, we have positioned it as a 4 p.m. snack, right? And it's a product which is for people who are like very casual about what they want to have in the evening hours during
Right.
corporate office work and stuff like that. Then we brought in the cream rolls.
Right.
Again, cream rolls is very super nostalgic product which I have grew up having in bakeries and restaurants, stuff like that. We brought in that, and people will said, yeah, this is a perfect exciting product, this is impulse product, it is great for us. And this is how we started to develop, and I think this is where we'll continue to develop the project. The product trajectory is going to be the same.
That was so helpful. How do you envision the growth of Skippy in the coming years?
Well, see, Skippy has been so super exciting brand for the consumers, and I would say that consumers really love the brand because the product has been there for ages. They know the product, they know that the brand is absolutely trustable, and everybody wants to grab onto it because it's been 20, 30 years that they've never had a chance to try the ice popsicle, ice Pepsi, or Chusky, whatever we used to call it, right? So I strongly believe that the brand is going to grow exponentially from here. Like from the day one till date, we have really grown hard. I mean, let me ask you a quick question. Do you actually know how many ice popsicles did we sell last year?
10,000?
10,000? No, nowhere even close.
2 lakh?
No, we sold 2 crore popsicles last year, right? We are in about 14,000 outlets pan India. We are exporting to about 6 countries today.
Right?
The entire idea is that in the next 3 years, we would want to sell at least 2 million uh, popsicles a day, which could be about 70 to 80 crore popsicles in the next 3 to 5 years.
Oh my god.
We are planning to be at least in 10 to 15 countries. We are planning to be at least in about 100,000 outlets in India. That is the kind of strategy we are planning to, and we know that people love that category. It's not a product which is not moving at all. It is a product which has a great demand. All we need is a great execution plan. The way our team is working right now, the way we plan it, if the execution falls in line and if the planning happens perfectly, the way we're looking at it, I think we'll be there very soon.
That's perfect. What advice would you give to new entrepreneurs about navigating competition in a crowded market?
See, to be honest, very straightforward answer I'll give you. I would say do not worry about competition. The very important fact that you're doing a business in India itself means you have 140 crore people to serve. Competition could be 5, 10 brands, but there is room for everyone here. Look, for a Paytm, there's Google Pay, there is Bharat Pay, Phone Pay. Everybody's 1,000 crores plus of market share, right?
Right.
So I strongly believe that in India, there cannot be one single brand creating a category and ruling it. There will always be 4 to 5 competing brands in the space, and I think there is room enough for everyone. The more you start thinking about just competition and competition, it's going to be pulling you back, and your growth is going to get stagnated. Rather, what I would think and say is focus on bringing your growth to a next level, do execution faster, and expand as earlier as possible.
Right.
But make your business very sustainable, because end of the day, when you expand too fast, sustainability only carries you forward from there. So don't worry too much about competition. There is room for everyone here in India. A lot of people would ask me, "Ki Ravi, what would happen in case there's a competition brand for Skippy?" I very openly tell them, Skippy cannot be the only brand which is serving 140 crore population. We will have to have multiple brands in the segment, but obviously Skippy will be the market leader of this category.
Right.
And that is the way we'll bring in 1,000 or a 5,000 crore category in this space. How ice cream industry was 25 years back. Today ice cream is about a $5 billion category.
Amazing.
I'm sure that ice popsicle will also be one. I cannot sit here and worry much about competition, because like I said, there's room for everyone here.
That's a fantastic point. What legacy do you hope to leave behind through Skippy?
I think I would love to have a legacy where a lot of brands learn from us and understand that consumers are happy to shell out a lot of money, but they would always want to see value creation towards it. Today, India has progressed so much, and people are still stuck with the thought process that India is a very price sensitive market.
Right.
I mean, believe me, who would have thought that we could sell an ice popsicle for 20 bucks, right? But we are doing it because a clear consumer focused and consumer centric brand has been built here. And I would say that this legacy, what we're building today, will bring a lot of fun, joy, excitement to generations together. I have seen brands abroad where a grandfather is communicating to a grandkid about how he used to enjoy that ice popsicle brand.
Right.
I think that is a kind of legacy I would want to see, that when I grow old, I would have people of grandparents talking to their grandkids and actually fighting over an ice popsicle. So that is something going to be super exciting. That's what I think should be the best legacy for us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's quickly do a rapid fire round. One skill every entrepreneur should master.
I would rather say two: patience and perseverance. I think every entrepreneur needs to have both of them.
Great. What's the best advice you've ever received?
I think the best advice is you are as good as your team. So build a great team.
Great. Morning person or night owl?
Absolutely a night person. Can't even think about getting up earlier than 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Describe Skippy's journey in 3 words.
In 3 words, exciting, exciting, exciting.
What's the future for Skippy?
More flavors, more fun, and more excitement.
Thank you for joining us today on Kiyan Chronicles. A big thank you to our guest, Ravi Kabra, with a lot of insights. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and share.
Thank you for having me on the show, Kian. Pleasure being here.